Hey guys, what's up? RedExions here and welcome back to this brand new video. And today we're going to do something extremely special because today we are back at the local kart track in my hometown where it all started for me, and we're going to do something extremely fun. So yeah, the karting journey started right here for me, lot 66, and the owner actually decided to sponsor me back in 2022. And for today he asked me to come have a look at what the place is like now, have a look, go in their new karts, and also I'm going to do a few laps here in my senior Rotax. So yeah, this guys is where it all started. Can you already imagine small Bram, 8 years old, coming in here? And also I've brought a special guest for me to race. Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, let's quickly go down and have a look at the new cars because they arrived about last year, I think. So these are the ones, they are fully electric. I don't actually know what brand they are. I've not seen a system like this. Here you can see all of the batteries charging. I actually haven't really driven that many electric cars. I've driven a few. But definitely not these ones, so yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Oh my god guys, this brings back so many memories. They still have the two-seater kart here, which is the first time that I ever was in a kart. So I was in here with my dad was in front, my little version of me, I was back here, and I was so scared. Like back in the day I was so scared of speed and I really had to get used to it. But once I started to get the hang of it, of course, you know how it went. So the layout you will be seeing today is not the layout that I started with. I do still have some very old crusty footage that's in really low quality of me driving here on the old layout. So yeah, that's actually a relic of time. So there actually used to be a bridge here. The layout used to be completely different.
Hi. Bobby.
Hi. So this is Bobby, representative of the company. She's behind the fact that we can drive here today. Also the owner Alex, who unfortunately could not be present today. So yeah, let's have a go.
Yes, let's go.
Alrighty guys, welcome back on board the rental kart. This time the new electric karts at the place where it all started for me, lot 66 in Breda. This track in its current form is a technical little track with a short lap time, but it's still quite physical for an indoor track, purely because of all those hairpins. Let's watch a full onboard lap. So with these electric karts at this very twisty track, we need to adjust our driving style accordingly. With the cars I usually drive, the fastest way around the corner is to carry as much speed as you can into the corner, without sliding, losing the back end or drifting. Get on the power as smoothly and early as possible to make the best use of the 30 horsepower in this engine. But with these rental karts you can forget all about that. Because of the relatively low power, a lot of the corners at this track can be taken at full throttle without any issues. That means that the way to be fast in this situation is to be as smooth as possible on the steering wheel so that you don't slide at the front and back and thus lose corner speed. Also, taking the shortest possible line that still allows you to keep full throttle seems to be faster, unlike in racing karts in which you have to use every single centimeter of the track. So overall I would say that these rental karts that have very low power compared to their grip require a lot more precision to drive than for example a Rotax kart. With a two-stroke racing kart you can basically just muscle it into the corner, carrying as much speed as possible, get on the power and get a good exit. But with these things you have to let the kart roll into every corner and be as smooth as possible. And I kind of forgot to adjust my driving to that. So with all of these little imperfections in my driving style, I was actually quite a bit off the pace. When we switch to my girlfriend's POV, you can see that her racing lines are a lot simpler than mine and also a lot faster. She doesn't use the track nearly as much as I do. Sometimes even being more than half a kart width more towards the inside than me. Also, if you look at her steering inputs, she uses way less steering angle than me, and that means that she loses less speed when she turns into the corner. This had a big effect on lap time, so much so that she could easily overtake me here and pull away. After she overtook me I could see her lines and the fact that I was doing basically everything wrong. After that I also started improving, but not enough, as my girlfriend was actually about a tenth faster at the end of the session. So yeah, I just got beaten at my home track by my girlfriend, which is the worst nightmare of any racing driver. But because I am a driver, my excuse is that she's about 20 kilograms lighter. So I feel like I've got a pretty good racing driver excuse there. Anyways, always good fun to hop back into rentals. The characteristics of these electric karts at Lot 66 are really forgiving for beginners. So I would say that Lot 66 in Breda is a great place to start your karting journey and to go karting for the first time. Well guys, we did the heat and that was pretty fun. Yeah, electric cars are a little bit different. Of course you have torque immediately when you go on the power, which is interesting. I think almost the entire track was almost flat out. There were some corners where you had to lift and like throw it in, but I think a smoother driving style is faster, and that is also why I think someone was faster. Yeah. So that was pretty fun, but now time for the real deal. It's easy to forget how fast these Rotax karts are. This kart has about 32 brake horsepower, only weighs about 85 kilograms and is on super grippy and soft Mojo D5 tires, which will basically disintegrate after doing about 70 laps. This thing is made to be as fast and light as possible, whilst the rental kart is made to be robust and last for years. And when you're driving this professional race kart at an indoor track after you've just done a session in rental karts, the difference is even more pronounced. This thing is so much more agile around the corners due to those grippy tires and low weight. When I aggressively turn the kart into the corner, you can even see the inside rear wheel come clean off the road. Because the track is so short, the engine barely has enough room to wake up. And despite the fact that I set up the gear ratio of the kart to have maximum acceleration and no top speed whatsoever, the engine still barely wakes up. These engines only start to make their maximum power at around 6,000 to 7,000 RPM. Which you really only reach on the main straight, and you could very clearly hear it on both the onboard and the offboard shots. Once it does wake up, I get massive power oversteer going in a straight line. And this is basically the only spot of the track where I get to any real revs and top speed. But before we get to any sort of real speed, about 70 kilometers an hour, I have to hit the brakes for turn 1. By the way, this thing was not slowing down at all. On a normal track there is a layer of rubber on the asphalt which provides extra grip. Unfortunately, due to the hard tires of the rental karts, they barely put down any grip on the track's surface. So I'm basically just drifting and power sliding everywhere. The feeling I got driving my own kart around this place is probably similar to driving a Formula 1 car at Monaco. One tiny mistake and your priceless racing machine is just a pile of parts disintegrated by a barrier. I didn't want that to happen though, but I am also a racing driver, so I wanted to see how close I could get to the barriers. And I think I got pretty close on a few occasions. Now, as the final comparison to really see the difference between a Rotax kart and a rental kart, let's do a side-by-side comparison of both onboard laps. So if you ever doubt how fast these Rotax karts are, here is your answer. I think that at a proper outdoor track, the difference will be even more pronounced, as there the Rotax can actually get up to the revs in the power band and fully utilize the engine's power. That being said though, being allowed to race my Rotax at an indoor track was definitely very cool, and a very big shout out to Lot 66 for having me. You should definitely check them out if you live close. And if it weren't for Lot 66, I would not have started karting, and this channel would not have existed. Alright guys, and with that crazy last heat out of the way, time to end this video. If you enjoyed this video, you guys know, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons, you really help me when you do that. Now you guys know where it all started for me, this place here in Breda. So if you ever want to have a go at the birthplace of RedExions, come here Breda, visit us. You saw it's a great fun little track, really technical, and who knows, maybe if you start here, you'll become a karting YouTuber one day as well. Anyways, I'm going to break this thing down. In the meantime, why don't you watch this video on screen right here? In that video I actually won a race, but it got taken away from me by some bullshit penalty. This video however is done, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.